No rest for Lisa Carrington as she eyes one more medal in Tokyo. Lydia Ko hits back with a strong performance, and young cycling sensation Elise Andrews stays in the hunt with a big win. Welcome to Focus Sport. This is the Olympics News Wrap. Kia ora, I'm Sherry Kinnear, and just 2 days remain of the Tokyo Olympic Games as the finish line nears. But still a number of opportunities remain for our Kiwi team to add to the already record-breaking medal haul. So let's take a look at all the news you might have missed from day 15. New cycling sensation Elise Andrews remained on a roll as she advanced to the quarterfinals in the women's sprint last night. The 21-year-old backed up her stunning silver in the Keirin by breaking the Olympic record in sprint qualifying before winning 2 of her 3 head-to-head duels. Meanwhile, compatriot Christy James was unable to join Andrews, finishing 27th, and New Zealand were also off the pace in the first Madison as Jessie Hodges and Rushley Buchanan finished 11th. Well, after becoming New Zealand's most successful Olympian on Thursday, Lisa Carrington showed her class once again, this time jumping in the boat with teammates Caitlin Regal, Alicia Hoskin and Tennille Hatton for the K4 500. The qualifier was her 10th race in 5 days and the first in which she didn't cross the line first, but the team qualified second in their heat behind top qualifiers Hungary to progress to today's semi-finals. Lydia Ko has moved into a medal position in the women's golf tournament. The Kiwi finished her 3rd round yesterday in a share of 3rd place after shooting a 5 under 66 to steadily move up the leaderboard. But an impending typhoon is threatening to cut short the tournament. Round 4 today has been rescheduled to start an hour earlier, with the forecast meant to deteriorate as the day progresses. Officials have left open the possibility of play on Sunday. Elsewhere, New Zealand sits 7th after 3 runs in the show jumping team qualifiers, and Quinton Roux came 16th in his Olympic 50-kilometre race walk, setting a new personal best and New Zealand record of 4 minutes 46 seconds per kilometre to cross the finish line in 3 hours and 57 minutes. In international news, an Australian skateboarder collided with a cameraman during the men's park event. Kieran Woolley was near the end of his run after riding a rail at the top of the skate bowl before the crash. The cameraman got back to his feet though, gave a thumbs up and signalled Woolley to carry on. Well, in the middle of a long race, the drink station is like heaven on earth to athletes. But how do you set up a drink stop during the swim marathon? Well, you dangle them off the end of fishing rods, of course. Poles decorated with national flags dangled out over the water with drink bottles at the end for swimmers to grab in the event yesterday. They were swimming in waters as hot as 30 degrees. And if knitting were a sport, Tom Daley would almost certainly be the champion. The British diver went viral earlier this week after he was spotted knitting in the stands, revealing his creation on Instagram yesterday, a cardigan inspired by the Tokyo Games.
So I finished the jumper and here we are. Very bright right now. This says Tokyo. We've got GBR. We've got Union Jack and TGD.
Well, taking a look at the medals table now, New Zealand are ranked 11th with a total of 19 medals. China, the US, Japan, Great Britain and the Russian Olympic Committee rounding off the top 5 nations. And taking a look at what's coming up, Lydia Ko will look to secure herself a medal in the final round of the golf tournament. Lisa Carrington and her team will race in the K4 500 semis and potentially the final, which is just after 3 o'clock. Elise Andrews is back in action after 6:30 and there's more equestrian after 10. Well, to keep up to date with all of the action, just head over to the New Zealand Herald site. You can stay up to date with when the New Zealanders are competing and how they're doing with our real-time Kiwi Games tracker and interactive schedule. Plus, you can catch live commentary of key events on News Talk ZB with expert analysis on the DRS and Sports Talk, as well as our daily Olympic podcast, Tokyo in 20. With just 2 days to go, enjoy all that's left. Who knows what could still unfold. And I'll be back tomorrow morning to wrap all the news and more. I'm Sheree Kinnear for Focus Sport.